Hi, my name is Thompson. I'm a TV presenter and an event host, also an on-air personality. You're watching Pulse TV. Keep it locked, stay tuned. When I first started, I was doing both side by side. So I worked on radio in the morning from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then almost immediately afterwards, I would switch into my TV mode and then start TV presenting and go on TV and be a presenter. It was one of the most difficult times of my life. People think that it's all fun and games, you know. Of course, you wake up, you roll out of bed. Imagine you're very tired. You're not in the mood, yet you still have to sound very chirpy and nice and excited because people can only hear your voice. And then TV is not just about coming, in front of the cameras and looking all good and nice. You also have to do a lot of research. You have to do a lot of work. If you don't want to sound, silly on TV, you have to do a bit of work. And all that without looking like you have bags under your eyes, trying to manage all that. It was challenging, but it was interesting. I think what made it worth in terms of it being a sacrifice was the fact that I enjoyed what I was doing. As you can see, I like talking. So, it was nice. I could do what I enjoyed doing on the side as a job. I'm being paid for it. So it was challenging, but now I do mainly TV, but once in a while, radio is still in the blood. So I still do radio. And my brother is in radio as well. He's he's a veteran. I scored him my yoga, on that side. But yeah, not bad. I love it. Now this one, God's Children's Great Talent, is very close to my heart because it's something that I absolutely believe in, apart from the fact that I hosted, because of the ethos of the program itself. It's not just another talent show. It's also grooming children. I mean, in my background, I've worked with non-profit organizations, working in education with young children. So it's always something that's been a passion for me. Now, talking about grooming children, encouraging them to come out, it's a Christian-based talent show. And it was exciting. It was the first time I did something of that magnitude in terms of the fact that we did auditions in Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja, had to travel, had to combine that with work, and also meet a diverse range of people. Our stakeholders are not the children alone, they're parents, where people also had to manage, disappointments. It was a very emotional journey because you see some people that you already form, you have a connection with, and then you have to see them go because the judges say that they're not, going on to the next round. Apart from that, waking up in a different city, and then trying to know the people, the language they understand, also relate to the children. And then we had a live finale as well. So it was great working in front of thousands of people, and trying to keep the crowd going. It was a great experience. I think it was, for me, so far this year, one of the best experiences I've had. Fantastic organization, fantastic morals and values and norms, and obviously I had fun, totally. Apart from, obviously, spiritually, God makes me happy, but in terms of physically, my family. I'm a family person. Being with my family, you would see this big smile on my face. my parents, my siblings. I'm not married yet, so not yet husband. Doesn't make me happy yet. Then hanging out with friends. Also, what else? Reading. Funny enough, I enjoy reading romantic books. Yeah, I'm a shameless romantic. Enjoy reading. I said enjoying going to the cinema. So little things like that. I think for me, I'm a little things kind of person. It's the little things that matter. I like the grand gestures, but many times it's the little things that really get to me a lot. I had a great upbringing in terms of the activities. I think that's to a very large extent what shaped me to be who I am. You know, the fact that I believe my siblings are now very creative. You know, we see something, we want to do something different out of it. And that was engineered by my mom. You know, she always wanted us to do things differently. She would take us out on dates when we were younger. She would want us to do different things differently. So we were socialized to think like that, to act like that. So many fun memories. And my mother has a lot of sisters. So imagine having a group of women in the house. Yeah, the gist is very sweet. So, you know, we'll come and we'll talk. It was really interesting. And I thank God that I had the opportunity to grow up in that kind of environment. I like a man who is confident. I like a charismatic man. A man who can, you know, it's not swag as much as who can hold his own. You know, he comes into the room and people are like, okay, who's that? It's not just about the look. It's about, there's something he carries. You know, that's what they call it, charisma. And a man who is, I also am very attracted to men who are considerate. Men who are kind, you know, genuinely kind, you know, just want the best out of the other person, don't put themselves first. I don't really like men who take selfies. Nah. Okay, not who take selfies, who are addicted to selfies. I don't want to start mentioning names, but you know yourselves. You know, just chilling. God has been good. You know, the Lord is, nah. Yeah, but yeah, simply put, yeah, a good, charismatic man who is kind, who is generous. Not because I want to spend your money, but because it's nice to, you know, give to people. Okay, so one of the shows I do is an entertainment show, and it's called The Blog, and we talk about stories, trending stories about celebrities, and we analyze it, making it very real life-y. Now, this is something we have spoken about a lot of times. It's really sad. It's a pet peeve, if it could ever be a pet peeve. I feel like a lot of celebrities are becoming more irresponsible. I'm sorry to say that, but yeah, it's true. You're more irresponsible because it's not the first time we've had men, you know, attracted to women, want to play around, but maybe in the past they've been more careful, or we didn't have social media, so we didn't know, because we have legends like King Sunny Ade and, you know, the others who played their away matches, and we didn't hear it all over social media. But now it seems like it's the fast ticket to getting a man, or the guy wants to spread his wild oats. I believe that celebrities should be more responsible. I fear for the next generation, because I have a feeling that we're going to have a lot of children who have multiple siblings from multiple fathers, siblings from multiple mothers, and already we know how that kind of works out in the long run. So I hope that we would not get to that position whereby we're trying to fix our nation, because the family life has been rubbished. I said I studied international relations. In my first year, I did politics and social policy. I was very, very active in the student union, Aluta Continua. Yep, I did that a lot. I thought I was going to go into politics. The only reason I didn't want to go into politics was because I felt it was too dirty, and I wasn't sure if I had the liver to go into it at the time. Now some of the shows I do are a bit political in nature. If I don't go into active politics, I won't mind someone giving me a political appointment. Not for the bad reasons, for change. But yeah, I don't see anything wrong in entertainers going into politics. If you have influence, if you worked hard to gather or amass a number of fans, and you can translate it to the good of the nation, of course, by all means, please just don't go there and, you know, spoil the names or spoil the way for others to come through by your bad behavior. Go there and do something great. Go there and do something nice. So, you know, let me just pose for my headshots when I put my posters out there. Please, I'm sorry. He now released one statement to apologize afterwards. But we are not accepting enough apologies. Why don't we flip the script? Rather than doing something bad and apologizing, why don't you just not do something bad? Let me tell you the truth. A lot of celebrities, unfortunately, get away with behaving badly, treating people badly, and because obviously I've heard of people slapping security guards, people slapping, even Naomi Campbell used to slap people and throw phones at them. So it's not new to Nigeria. It's not because he's a crazy terror regime. It's unfortunate. And I'm glad that he felt the need to apologize, even though the man, you would say that I don't know if he was apologizing because it was the Jimmy Jats guy. If it was just the man on the streets, would he apologize? Would he see that he had done something wrong? They should stop it, because you have power, you could abuse your power. So these are the people, we forget that the people that you're slapping are the ones that make you who you are. They're the ones that are buying your album. They're the ones that are bigging you up. They're the ones that are making you Terry G, the man that you are. So we had to come to a point where we start to appreciate our fans. They had to appreciate their fans. They had to treat them with respect. Put some respect on it, and totally respect them. It doesn't matter who you are. Again, it goes back to what I was saying about you being a genuinely good person. If you're kind, you're considerate. It doesn't matter if you're Barack Obama, Terry G, or President Muhammadu Buhari. You will still be good to every single person, from the maid to the oga at the top. You will be good to everyone. Definitely not. No way. In fact, any small sense of violence in a man, for me, is just run. There's no need trying to romanticize it and say, no, he's jealous because he loves me. He just cannot bear to see me with another man. That's a lie. He will kill you. But the truth is that it's very dicey when it's in marriage. I do believe that your life is very important. If you're in a place where it's dangerous for for you and your children, by all means, look for a place of shelter. Look for a place. I hope that Nigeria will get to a point where we will have shelter homes, for women who are facing abuse. Because a lot of times the reason why women stay is because they don't have an option. They don't have their own money, they don't have the stigma in society, so they'd rather stay and die there. But, if you had somewhere, a safe home, a safe shelter where they could go to with other women, feel like they haven't done wrong, it's not their fault, more women will come out, and hopefully it would reduce the incidences of death in marriage. But for me, if the man is hitting you, if you're at risk of dying or your children are at risk, even if you don't want to get a divorce, I don't believe in divorce, but if you don't want to get a divorce, just separate from the man for a bit until he calms down. Or I would never forget one story I read in secondary school. Was it Chino Achebe that wrote it? Where the man made the mistake to beat the girls, his wife, and the woman had hefty brothers. She just called him, they beat him black and blue, and they put him under a tree that had very heavy fruits, so that if one fell on his head, that's the end of the man. So, sometimes some men need that kind of treatment, but I'm not advocating for that, please. But yeah, I always remember that story whenever I see all these domestic violence cases. Because for me personally, it's a faith thing. I'm a Christian and I don't believe in divorce. But if there are situations whereby, for instance, with domestic abuse, whereby you have to separate, by all means do so. And it doesn't have to be physical abuse. Sometimes verbal and mental abuse, or in terms of emotional abuse, they're both sometimes worse than physical abuse. That some men and women, let's not forget that both men and women can be the perpetrator. Sometimes the amount of damage they do to the human being is worse than if they had used their hands to beat the person. So please do not be in a toxic relationship. And very importantly, watch before, look before you leap. Before you sign the dotted lines, please, please, and please make sure you do your due diligence, check out the guy or the woman, and make sure you're not entering death sentence. Maybe Storm, because she looks hot. No, because of her superpower. Just because she looks hot, I can't even lie. What superpower? Could I be male or female?
Yeah, you could.
And Superman. Superman is the best. All you Batman fans, you're lying. It's Superman. Of course you all know Superman is the best and the most powerful. I mean, he's Superman. Lion, because he's the king of the jungle. Because he's the king of the jungle, so let me grab my crown. Well, that's lying.